because it's pretty windy out here, and I'm also near the water, so it's gonna make it even more windy. So I hope you guys can hear me. I came across the bike section. I was like, I might as well get on a bike to find somewhere. So we are about to go on a bike trail together. Now look at this bike that I got, y'all. This is an electric bike. I never used this bike before. I can find somewhere where it's not too much wind. I'm so sorry, y'all. But yeah, let's do it. I'm on 1. This speed goes to 5. I'm not going that fast right now. I'm trying to vibe out.
Watch out, they don't know now. Yeah, heart so cold, think it's froze now. 0 degrees, ice on freeze, can't go down, don't know how. Heart so cold, cause of you, trust no one. Yeah, so confused, oh yeah. Hey, you got me right in my zone. Told you stop calling my phone. Guess you don't think it was wrong, don't lie. Ayy, waving your hand in my face. You gotta leave on my place. I'm trying to knock it.
Alright, so I was looking at this spot right here. Ugh. I'm going up a hill. But look at this place. This place looks super sus. I don't know if I should sneak my ass up there and go. Also, let me show y'all. I definitely wasn't gonna go in there. I was playing, but they got this area in here, which is like a bunch of bleachers. But the only thing with this area, let's go inside. The only thing with this is that the lighting is there's no sunlight. Look at this on the bike trail. This is so beautiful. I love looking at this. It's down there. Oh wow. Let's see if I can go up here. This might be an alright place to do my story. Nah, I'm gonna keep looking. Y'all, I think I found a place. Over there got all those benches and stuff. So let's go check it out.
Pull up, how about you need to watch out. They don't know now. Yeah, heart so cold, think it's froze now. 0 degrees.
This place is super abandoned, but I'm still gonna shoot my video over here. Alright y'all, I finally found a place to tell my story. Now we can just talk and I can tell y'all how and why. I went to 8 different schools from elementary to high school. And if you think about it, your average Joe would go to, let me tell you, elementary school, then they would go to a middle school, and then they would go to a high school. And some people, they go to elementary school, and that elementary school will go all the way to 8th grade, and then they will go to a high school. So that's either 3 schools or 2 schools, and I went to 8. That just sounds so crazy to even really think about. Alright, so let's start with the first school I ever went to, and that was in Southwest Philadelphia, and it was called Patterson Elementary. I went there from elementary school. Well, I went there from pre-K, all the way until 3rd grade, and I don't remember much about, that school, because I got a real selective memory when it comes to, you know, my childhood. It's crazy. But I met some, you know, some good friends along the way in that school that I'm still cool with right now. We're not as close, but we were super close then. But yeah, so from pre-K to 3rd grade, I went to that school, and then my mom moved to South Philly, and I had to attend another elementary school for 4th grade, and that was called Braigee Elementary. So I went there for 4th grade. It was all cool. The people was nice. You know, I met some cool friends. You know, like in elementary school, it's real easy to meet friends. You just go up and start talking to them or playing with them or whatever, and they're friends. So it was a nice school. I never had no issues or nothing like that. Towards the end of the school year, I was telling my mom, because that school goes all the way to 8th grade. So I could have stayed there from elementary to 8th grade, but as soon as the end of 4th grade hit, I was like, asking my mom if I can go to a middle school, because, you know, us kids back in the day, you know, going to a middle school made it seem as if you're getting older. Like, I didn't want to stay in the elementary school. It made me feel like I'm not growing up. So I was just like, can I please go to a middle school, which was Veer Middle School, which is around the corner from our house. And she let me do it. And when I went there for 5th grade, this is my 3rd school. I went there 5th grade, and it was like the worst experience I ever had. Like, that neighborhood, it's kind of like, I would say it's a couple blocks from my neighborhood, but that neighborhood, those kids is a different breed. They was bad as fuck. I mean, they was fighting, vandalizing things. They was terrorizing the teachers. It was a lot going on in that school, and the teachers didn't even care about us that much. I had a few fights there. It was crazy. Did I make any friends there? I don't even know if I was cool with people, but I didn't really make no solid friendships there. Anyway, after 5th grade, I decided that I wanted to go back to my elementary school, the one that went to 8th grade, Braigee. I ended up going back there in 6th grade, because I was like, I need to like recoup. Like, I need to be around people that I know that's gonna be nice to me, and that we're gonna have a good time and a good vibe and all that, because I ain't have time to be like fucking going to war every day to go to school. So I went back to Braigee in the 6th grade, and that was cool. And then my mom ended up moving to South Carolina. So I ended up leaving, going to South Carolina. I was super sad leaving my friends, and I also wasn't looking forward. At that time, I wasn't really looking forward to going to another school, because I didn't know how crazy it's going to be. But when we went there, I ended up going to another middle school. So this is my 2nd middle school, and which was my 4th school I went to, and it was called Fairfield Middle School. And let me tell y'all, that was like one of the best experiences I ever had. Like, those people in South Carolina is so nice. Like, the middle school that I went to, it was all 7th graders and 8th graders, and that was it, just 2 grades. And I felt like I knew damn near everybody. Like, I was cool with everybody. Like, I had a little boyfriend. He was cute, and you know I sing. But yeah, that was a good time, man. I went there for 7th grade, and I even was on the track team. I tried volleyball and all that. But my mom ended up moving to another area in South Carolina, and it was like more of the city area. We was in the country area, so I had to go to a different middle school. So this is the 5th school now. In the 8th grade, I went to Saunders Middle School, and I didn't go there for the whole school year. I only went there for half a school year. During that time, the only thing I could really remember that they had cool trailers like outside of the school where they had different classrooms. Like, you had to leave the building and go into a trailer to go to a classroom. I thought that was cool. The kids, I made some friends in the neighborhood that I moved to, so I knew them there, but they wasn't in my classroom. So being there is kind of like a blur. Our house had burnt down, unfortunately, in the city area, so we ended up moving back to Fairfield. So in the other half of 8th grade, I went back to Fairfield Middle School. I finished my 8th grade year there, and then my mom decided to move back to Philadelphia. So we moved back to our old neighborhood, where I went to Braigee and I went to Veer, like in that same neighborhood. So in 9th grade, I went to South Philly High, and you know, that school was cool because I already knew like the people there. I knew most of the people because like I'm already used to that neighborhood. Like I've been living there forever on and off. So Like, I went there, it was cool. I joined the cheerleading squad, you know, I was with my friends, it was all good. And at the 9th grade, I was just like I've moved and went to so many schools already. Like, I can't even see myself going to this high school for the whole 4 years, like being around the same people in the same school. It's just like, I'm just so used to bouncing around and meeting new people. So I'm just told my mom, I was like, I'm trying to go to a different school in 10th grade. I don't know if I want to be here. I'm trying to meet new people. Like, I'm in that vibe now. South Carolina changed me. Like, I wasn't as much of a people person before I moved to South Carolina, but once I got there, like, since everybody was so nice, it made me want to just, you know, be around people, meet people, learn different people and all that. Like, and the crazy thing is, I can be wanting to go to a different school every year and still be shy to be around, like, to meet new people, but I want to at the same time, if that make any sense. So I asked my mom if I could go to a different school in 10th grade. So I ended up using my dad's address. So I still live with my mom in South Philly, but I used my dad's address in West Philly, and I went to Overbrook High School in 10th grade, and that is the high school Will Smith went to. And he didn't come inside. He came to the school one day to, like, take pictures in front of it, but he didn't come inside, so I felt some type of way. But anyway, but it was cool. It was a nice little area. The kids was cool, you know. I had met a bestie there that we are no longer besties. Probably because I be fucking dibbling, dabbling everywhere. I don't ever stay still, so I don't be there long enough to really build the strong connection with somebody. But after that, you know, year was over, I was like, all right, this was fine, but it wasn't as fun as Southern because I already know the people, so I always need to reset. So in 11th grade, I need some chapstick, but I didn't bring none, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, so 11th grade, I went back to South Philly High. I was, you know, with the same people from, you know, 9th grade, so it was cool. You know, I had a good time. And, you know, it was just time for me to reset, be with the people I know. I ended up asking my mom if I can move to another school. And every time I want to go to another school, she let me. She just let me be me, and she let me be able to experience, and I love that. Like, because all my other friends, they tried to, like, bounce schools with me, and they moms was like, no from the rip. They didn't even think about it. So I really appreciate that she did this for me and gave me the opportunity to be able to, you know, meet people and travel and all that stuff. But yeah, so towards the end of the year, I'm just like, this was okay, but I'm just looking for more excitement in my life. Like, I ended up moving with my sister in Northeast. I decided that I wanted to go to Northeast High School because you don't have to wear a uniform there. Well, you didn't have to wear a uniform there at the time, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be fashionable. Like, this uniform shit is for the birds. Like. So when I got there, I'm thinking I'm about to be going to Northeast High, you know, like, it's about to be a fashion show. And I couldn't go there because her house wasn't close enough to the school. So I had to go to Abraham Lincoln High School. And when I looked at the school, I was like, all right, I could deal with this. Like, they built a brand new school. Like, it was like everything was just super brand new, fresh, like the clean. I'm just like, I never went to a school like this before, looking all nice. They had track field, they had a whole lot going on. So I'm just like, all right. Now, if you would have seen their old school, it looked like a whole prison, and I definitely wouldn't have went there if that was my option. Like, I would have went where else. But yeah, so imagine going to a new school, 12th grade, having to meet all new people. Like, everybody, you know, damn near like grew up together, and, you know, graduating together, graduate when they friends, and then here's me want to go to a whole new different school in 12th grade. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, trying to figure out, like, you know, who I'm gonna hang with, like, you know, because about that time everybody is clicked up. It's 12th grade, ain't nobody looking for new friends. Some people looking for new friends, but like most people is clicked up. They already good with who they friends with. But I ended up sitting in this table at the lunchroom. Every time it's lunchtime, everybody go and sit at the same table with their same friends. The table I sat in, it was like probably about like 10 other people in that table. Yeah, it was a big ass table. The people in that table I ended up becoming like super close with. It was girls and guys. They was on the football team, cheerleading team. It was cool. So yeah, that's why I went in 12th grade. I graduated there in Lincoln. That's all the 8 schools I went to. That sounds so crazy, like bouncing around to all those schools, but I wouldn't change that experience for nothing. What I got from that experience, moving so much, going to different schools, meeting new people, it helped me kind of get out of my shell. It helped me be a little more outgoing, and you know, I'm able to just like get up and go. I'm not like stuck somewhere. My lease could be about to be up in the next week, and I just decide like, yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere else to live because I don't want to, you know, I want to live somewhere else, and I will pack all my stuff and go. It's that easy. I feel like I couldn't commit to an area for too long because I bounced around so much and my mom moved so much. So like being in one place for too long, it gave me anxiety. I'm just like, it's just feeling so much the same, and I don't like it. One downfall that I do have is building close relationships with people. I love to have like close friends, like not just a bunch of associates, and that's kind of what I got, a bunch of associates. I do got some best friends. I feel like, you know, if I was more sturdy, I would probably gain more closer friendships with people. Like since I was only at a school for 1 year, and then I left, and I was at a different school, and I left, and it's just like all these people are cool, but we're just not super close. So I think that would just be the one downfall of hopping around so much and not being like sturdy. But other than that, like, I had a great experience. Thank y'all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, a huge favor. If y'all could just subscribe for me, that will really help me, and I will really appreciate it. Like, comment, you know, all that good stuff. I will see y'all in my next video.